Hi everybody, I'm Laura Wood. This is my studio, and today I'm going to show you some of my work and how I achieve color on the surface of my pieces. So come with me. Okay, so the first type of color I want to talk about today is powder coat. Some of you might know powder coat as an industrial material that you see on patio furniture or sometimes bikes, sometimes cars. It's basically a really industrial, durable paint. For me, it comes in powder form, hence why it's called powder coating. And you essentially spray your piece and then heat cure it. Once it's heat cured, the piece has a really durable bond between the paint and the metal, and you're left with a really, really strong, everyday color that's not going to chip or crack on your jewelry. So today I'm going to show you the mint on this double lace earring. This is what it looks like when it's finished. I'm also wearing a pair in a different color. Here's a pair of pink. And then I've also used powder coat on the settings of some of my enamel pieces, which you'll see those in a lot of the new enamel work that I have done recently. So the piece starts out as a brass. This is a fabricated piece with no extra finishes on the surface. This is what it looks like before the powder coat is applied. And basically, I'm going to spray it in my spray booth here, and after it's sprayed, it goes into the oven at 450 degrees and heat cures at about 25 minutes until it's completely durable and very strong. So I'm just going to spray for you really quickly. If you want to come in closer, I will show you how the spray process is achieved on your work. So I have a powder coating gun, and I go into more depth about this process when I teach powder coating, and you can look up where I'm teaching on my website if you're interested in taking a class. But for today's purposes, I'm just going to show you how I spray the pieces. So I have a powder coating gun, and this gun I have it wrapped in a bag here because it kind of leaks and gets really messy, so this kind of cuts down on a mess. But underneath this bag is a jar of powder coat that looks something like this. And this is mint green. I'm gonna make the match to the earring that I just showed you. So I'm gonna turn up the pressure. So here's the piece when it's covered in powder, and from here it goes into the oven to heat cure. Once it's cured for 25 minutes, it's gonna come out of the oven looking like this, and then you've got some jewelry. When you take your steel rack that can withstand the temperature of trivet to put your piece on top of, or in my case, to stay nice and flat, I'm going to actually put it on a piece of mica, which is also, so I'm going to use a down on the mica, and now I'm ready to go in the kiln. And I'm going to wait until that glass glosses over, which will take anywhere from 30 seconds, maybe a little over, but I'll keep checking it until the enamel has glossed over and it's ready to come out of the kiln. So now I'm going to take this guy out of the kiln. I'm going to gently on my table, and if you have something around when you're working flat, you can gently give it a press once it comes out of the kiln. So I'm going to let it sit there and cool, and once it cools, it'll be ready to do the back side, and if you have multiple layers, you would keep working from this point. My piece is now cool, so I can actually pick it up, and at this point, I would take it over to the sink, clean off my fire scale, do another layer of enamel on the back, and then put a finish layer on the front. This is a red, but in enameling, like powder coat, you have lots of choices for color, and so I actually have all of my catalog of enamel over to the right that I can switch between when I'm working on a full piece. Usually I do one color at a time. I try to set up stations. You want to make sure that everything kind of stays separate so that your colors don't get contaminated, but you can really get into a rhythm when you're working in this specific material. So now that you guys have seen how I apply color on my work, both with powder coat and enamel, I wanted to finish up with some finished pieces. These are an illuminated sliced earring. They have a powder coated setting and an enamel interior. The neon orange really highlights the shape of this earring and looks really fantastic on the body. I also have my more sculptural pieces in the LWS collection. These are all formed out of sheet brass and then powder coated. This is a new color, hot pink. These are corsage brooches. You wear them like this. I also have one of my statement necklaces here with me today. This is an asymmetrical look and it stays this way when you're wearing it on the body. I love this piece. This is in poppy. And I also have some of my corsage brooches here in poppy and mint. I love these. And also my signature earring, which is the double lace earring. I have them right now on in Golden Luxe, and these are azalea. These are designed to kind of flare away from the face, and they have a lot of impact. Then I have, of course, my signature rings, and these are designed to sit over on the hand. They're really comfortable, and you still get a lot of movement when you're wearing them. So I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about my process and seeing some of my finished work, and I hope that you'll check out what I have available with the Society of Arts and Crafts.